So my mom's a drug addict. I've talked about this before. My whole family, both sides. I come from a long line of chemical abuse. Um, Me and an uncle are the only people that are sober that I can think of in my entire family tree. But my mom, an opioid addict, is really struggling now. You know, I talked to her last night and she was just completely and totally incoherent. She was so incoherent that I began to wonder if my phone was broken because it sounded like glitches. Um, so yeah, I don't feel great about that. Um, and I don't know what I can do. Well, I kind of know what I can do. I can't do anything about it. And I just remember her when she was younger, and she's always been an addict. But she used to be like a force of nature, you know? Um, One of those people that just continuously threw herself into impossible situations and then almost by miracle pulled herself out of them. Um, Constant novelty, constant thrill, constant danger. And she was always on top, you know? And now she's an incoherent, blubbering, babbling, fragile, lonesome old woman. I've been going back and forth whether or not I should call a crisis ward on her. They would absolutely hold her for at least 72 hours, and that would buy everyone some time. But I also know how that ends, and nothing good comes of it. She needs more serious intervention, and she isn't going to get it, you know? And she's worked in the field, and she knows how it works. I'm not confident in her ability to navigate it necessarily right now, but she's much too savvy for those kind of traps. It was my son's birthday too. So I talked to my mom and then we celebrated, but I was somewhere else the whole time, you know? I tried to drown my feelings in pizza and cannolis. And boy, I don't feel good today. I feel empty. I feel empty inside. I feel like as the Brits say, like I've been gutted. I slept terribly. A combination of a heavy heart and my body trying to process all the sugar I ate. And if I wasn't doing squat every day, I wouldn't touch a weight today. I just wouldn't. I'm going to, anyway. I think, Kang squats. And I don't know. Well, I'm going to get my minimum. I know that. I've been walking around this cul-de-sac for an hour, listening to the angriest music I can just to try and turn over, to try to get to another part of this story. And it's not working. I'm just so sad. I think I would feel better if there was anything I could do to help her. But combined with the fact that I'm the entire country away from her and can't close that distance, and that any effort I made to help her, even if I could, she would do everything in her power to undo. It's the awesome power of addiction, you know? I'd say you serve a master with a religious devotion, zealot devotion. And I know what that's like. I did it too, you know? And I know how unbearable it can be. But that, like, it's singular. It's the only thing you want. And everything else can get fucked. It's so hard. It's so hard. Why? I'm not trying to tell this story for attention purposes. I mean, there's attention seeking in it, of course, because there always is. I'm on YouTube. But I'm telling on myself, man. Like, it's going to be a rough one, you know? And I got up 2 hours ago. I just can't get started. And I got to work today, and I don't know how I'm going to do that, you know? I'm sorry. Let's just go squat, huh? Let's just do it. Let's just squat, right? See you soon. So I got a little workout in. It was unambitious. This is at 2.5 times speed. It took me 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Also, there's a crab in my garage, a tiny little furry crab that I was pretty sure was a tarantula. I take that as a bad omen. I sprayed a ton of chemicals on it because I'm scared of spiders, and generally freaked out. You'll see me running back and forth in this video. As it turns out, it was a crab. I'm not afraid of crabs, and that's a funny moment, right? When your fear just kind of dumps out on you, you know? And like, the creature is the same creature, but the fear dissipates. I don't understand that. And I'm stretching to try and find a metaphor to my situation, and it's not coming, although I'm certain there is one, and that it's even obvious. Here's what I think. Here's what I know. Whatever happens with my mom, there's a version of me on the other side of it. And regardless of whether or not I handle it well or badly, that version of me is fine. That version of me makes peace with this and gets somewhere with forgiveness, you know? I'm just not that mean now. And that sucks because I have to do the thing. I'm the version of me that has to do the thing, that has to get through to the other side. And it might be I'm making a big deal out of nothing. That's also a possibility. It might be that she just shouldn't have been on the phone with me. She got too fucked up and overestimated her abilities. I'm getting bad reports from adjacent family in the area, but I always am. Like, so what? You know? I don't trust these people anyway. So it might be I'm getting worked up over nothing. It also might be that this is her last hurrah and that she ODs. Soon, right? Maybe today. And man, I don't like how that feels in my heart. I don't like it at all. I feel real messy and stirred up and confused and just bad. I just feel bad about it. Like, I don't know how to make that good with me. And I get, like, maybe it's not possible. Yeah, there, see, that's the bug spray. Or maybe it's not supposed to be good. You know? I have a lot of resentment towards my mom. but I also love her. And I just wish that she could know what it feels like to be on the other side of addiction, you know? That she got to have that experience. And I got no right to talk about another person's journey with this or make predictions. But I think the odds are pretty great that that's an experience she's never going to enjoy. The last day of her life, whether or not it's soon, will be on the clock, on the opioid clock. And, well, that's sad. That's a sad thing for me to bounce around in my head. What can you do? You try to live well, right? You try to make the suffering worth it. I say this all the time on this channel, but like we are alive. We're in the game of life, the literal game of life. And it's an all-in game, There's no off-board negotiations. We've got to play. We got to learn how to play, and then we got to play it. And we're playing for everything, Everything we've ever had, everything we ever could have. We try to spread as much joy and as much love as we can to everyone that we can. Maybe that's part of the game, right? And what can I do for her today? Nothing. I can check up on her. That's it. But there are people I can move the needle for, People right in my house right now, And those acts of service are as simple and easy and gratifying as they are organic. It's like killing a crab that looks like a tarantula in your garage so somebody else doesn't have to. Doing the dishes, doing the laundry, kind word, a little encouragement. It's incredible what just a little encouragement will do. It's like magic, like literal magic words. I didn't get a lot of that growing up. My mom loved me, but she wasn't hopeful. And I think encouragement has to come from a place of hope, She was wild. She was energetic. She was even positive, but not hopeful, I wonder how much of my mom I've ever even known, or how much was the drugs, the things she switched from back and forth over the years. First it was the booze and the cocaine. And then it rifled through a potpourri of assorted pills. And now it's pretty deep in the opioids, exclusively. I don't know. It's awkward and a forced little poetic statement, but I wonder if I ever knew her. I wonder if we ever met. Yeah, I'm not going to think about that. That's a dark one. I did go up to 165. Had a little adrenaline from spraying chemicals on a crab. And it felt easy. It felt light. My squats are feeling so good and so strong lately. Like I said yesterday, all I have to do is not do too much. And I'm going to get there. And it's great. In another month or two, I'm going to go for a new max, and I'll be topping out well over 275. No problem. And I know it'll work. I know it'll work, and it'll be easy. And it really frustrates me because I've done it other ways in the past and got nowhere, and they were much harder. So, ain't that some shit, right? This is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other today. Try to move the needle for somebody else. If you see despair, stomp it out. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.